Hi, hello and welcome to POLLUX'S garden. This is Pollux from Algeria. I live in the middle of the desert of Algeria. It's extremely hot here. It can reach temperatures of about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That is above 50 degrees Celsius. It's extremely hot and sunlight is very intense. So as a plant grower, as someone who's passionate with plants, I do struggle a lot with watering, and this video is dedicated to the best way to water plants in the desert where temperatures are very high, where sun is intense and life is very hard. The first most important thing we should talk about is timing. Now, watering plants in the afternoon is a big no. So you shouldn't water plants in the afternoon because most water is going to evaporate and the plant is not going to benefit from the water. The best time to water your plant is early in the morning or later in the evening or at night, where temperatures are moderate. When you give water to the soil, it can get in the soil and then it can be preserved for as long as possible, and this will benefit plants, and plants can transpire and they can do their photosynthesis in an efficient way. The second important thing is mulching. Now, mulching, what we mean by mulching is covering the root zone. So let's say we have a tree, so the diameter of the tree, we're gonna actually cover that with either hay, or we're going to cover it with dead leaves, or with compost, peat moss, or we can use the bark of trees. Here in my country, we've got eucalyptus trees, junipers, conifers and palms. We take the outer layer of the trunk. This is the dead tissue of the plant, and this is the bark. So you take this, you squish this and make it like this, small pieces. Then we're going to cover the root zone of the tree around like a meter diameter. This way we can prevent water from evaporating, and then the plant can actually benefit from the water for a very long time. Here's another important thing, which is water frequency. Now, if you give plants a shallow watering, let's say every day, this will give water to the plant, but also it's a very insufficient amount of water, and it's going to be prone to evaporation, and because it's a small amount of water and it would not penetrate deep in the soil, so it's not preserved from evaporation. The second bad thing about this method, which is shallow frequent watering, it's salt buildup. When you water a plant in a shallow way, salts are going to build up on the surface of the soil, and salt is very bad for the health of the plant. Now, the bad thing about salt is that water by osmosis goes from the area where there is a lower concentration of salts to the area where there is a higher concentration of salt, to regulate the concentration of these salts. So if you have a high soil, soil with a high content of salts, then water is not going to go from the soil to the roots, because outside there's a larger concentration of salt. So the opposite is gonna happen. Water from the root is gonna go outside the root area to the soil in order to regulate the salt concentrations. Then the plant is gonna die. So the best thing to do is we're gonna give a good amount of water to plants, so we can clean the soil from the salt. This is called leaching. When we give a good amount of water, water is going to go to the lower area, to the lower part of the soil, and it will take and it will clean the soil from the salt, and then salts are going to leach and they will go away. Only with a good amount of water. So water with good quantities, so you can clean the soil from the salts. And we can use this, so we can help ourselves doing this by mixing the soil with some sand, fine sand, or we can use organic matter, that is compost or peat moss. We should have good drainage of the soil so we can prevent salt from building up. A high percentage of sand in a pot is very, very bad in deserts, in areas where temperatures are high, because water is gonna drain quickly. The plant will not have enough water inside, and the plants are gonna wilt and eventually will die. So soil composition is very, very important. So we must have like the higher percentage of the soil composition must be clay, and then like the third, 2/3 clay and 1/3 split between peat moss and sand is very, very good choice for us if we live in a desert. We can use the same thing with pots. A pot, first of all, should have a good drainage holes, okay, a large drainage holes, so we have good drainage, water drainage. Also, we should cover the top layer of the pot with mulch. Also, we should water pots in the morning, early in the morning, later in the evening. One more tip for the pots is we should not use dark colored pots, because they can absorb the energy from sunlight and they can become very, very hot, and then they're going to lose water. Plastic pots in a shaded area are the best choice for us if we only have potted plants. This was all I know about watering plants in deserts, in high temperatures. I hope you found this useful. I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care, peace.